I'm a good noodle. Good noodle. So yeah, that's not right. Yeah. No love for Shayna. Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing a video called My Past Loves, and I used that word loves as like a random word. Mainly they were like crushes that I had. I have 3 different stories to tell you guys about today, about 3 different guys that I told myself I loved, even though I really didn't. I really did not. Don't mind my bangs, I'm gonna be fixing them a lot because I curled them and they messed up, and so now they look really bad, so I'm just gonna be like messing with them this whole video. I won't be using any of their actual names because I don't want to put them out on the internet, and I'm not talking bad about them, really. Yeah, I'm not talking bad about them, but I just don't want to drag them into this, so I'm just going to tell my stories and call it good. So the first guy I want to tell you guys about is this guy that I had a thing with in freshman year of high school, and the only reason we had a thing is because we had lunch together and we had PE together. He was like the new kid in school. I, for some reason, just got obsessed with him. I ended up liking him. It was the weirdest thing ever because he had long blonde hair. He still has long blonde hair today. It was just random crush, you know? You get those random crushes on people that you would never actually like. He wasn't my type or anything, and even though I really don't have a type, but he definitely was not it if I do have a type. We ended up having the same PE class together, and we got partnered together for, I don't remember what it was, but we got partnered together and just kind of hit it off, I guess. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this boy. And I'm like, what the frick, Shayna? No, you don't. You don't love people. You just get obsessed with them easily. I stalked him on Facebook for a long time. We got became friends, and we talked a lot, and not really, we didn't talk that much. That was a lie. But we became friends, and then shortly after, he asked me out over text, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. At the time, my parents had this rule that if I wasn't 16, I wasn't allowed to date anybody yet, and I was 15, and I was getting close to my 16th birthday, so I'm like, nah, it's fine. My brother ended up telling my parents that I had a boyfriend. We dated for 3 days, and then I broke up with him because my parents were like, you can't have a boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. He had tried, apparently, he was trying to text my best friend at the time and tell her that his relationship didn't feel right and it just wasn't going well. But he ended up texting it to me. I texted him back and I was like, yeah, no, it's not working for me either. I think it's best if we just break up. And that was that. We're still kind of friends now. We don't really talk very much, but we'll talk every once in a while. He messaged me one time, and I don't remember how we got on the subject, but we got back to that 3-day relationship. He was like, yeah, I consider you to be my first real girlfriend. And I was just looking at the message. Real girlfriend? We dated for 3 days. We did not really talk at all those 3 days. I even avoided him at school. I would not sit with him. I would not talk to him. I would not be partners with him in PE. I avoided him after we started dating. He got mad at me because I told him I didn't even consider it a real relationship. Every time he messaged me, I get so annoyed because he always abbreviates everything. So, it's what are you doing? He'll be like, WYD, whatever it is. It's just annoying to message him. I'm okay with people typing like that because, you do you, boo, but don't text me like that and expect me to reply because I will get annoyed with that and I will not message you back. That was him. Long blonde chotch boy. I feel like that classifies this boy. So the next guy I'm telling you about, I literally had a crush on him for 5 years. No, 6 years. It was 6 years I had a crush on this guy and I was obsessed with him. I use obsessed. I'm not a crazy stalker person, I promise. When I use the word obsessed, I'm not saying oh, I'm stalking you, I know where you are 24/7. No, I just have really strong feelings for these people, even though I don't love them because I don't know what the frick love is, and I don't want to use that term because I know it wasn't. So I'm just saying obsessed and clarify, I guess. I liked this guy from 7th grade up until senior year, so it just kind of ended senior year, I guess. He kind of led me on a lot and then pushed me away and then led me on again and pushed me away. And I let it happen because I loved the idea of him. I didn't love him, I just loved the idea of him. I thought he was the perfect guy. He was just really nice, and we had the same music taste, we had the same taste in a lot of stuff. I just thought we would fit together really well. Which in reality, I realize now that We didn't. We were just really good friends, and that's all we should have been. We're still kind of friends now. Me and him didn't end on bad terms or anything. He got a girlfriend. I love them. They came to my graduation party, and I have pictures of them over there somewhere. We were best friends, and we did hang out a lot. We had like same mutual friends, and like we'd hang out with them together, and it was a nice time anytime I hang out with him. He's a nice person to talk to. Like, I loved talking to him. It always made me happier. When I was sad or anything, he would know when I was sad. Like, he would realize it, and he would message me, and then end up making me feel better in the end. When he told me that our relationship wouldn't go anywhere and that we would never be anything more than friends, he used the word platonic, and I had never ever heard anybody use the word platonic. I'm a dumb person, so I don't know smart people words, so I had to Google what that word meant because I had no clue what it meant. It's just the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, I had never heard anybody use the word platonic in a sentence, and he used it, and I was just like, I don't even know what this means. Maybe we aren't compatible because I'm dumb and he's smart. Why am I doing this to myself? I always acted like I was a lot smarter than I actually was for him. I would kind of mold myself into the way I wanted just to fit to him, which is really unhealthy, and I really hated myself for doing that. And now I'm like, hey, I'm myself now, and like I do like a lot of the same stuff like I pretended to like back then because I kind of forced myself to like it, and now I do really like it, so I don't mind. I hated the idea that I molded myself into somebody I wasn't just to try to get this guy to like me, and it didn't work out in the end, and I'm glad that it didn't because now I wouldn't be who I am today. That's basically the biggest story about him. I don't really have much about him because like we're friends, and like he didn't do anything bad to me or anything. It was just friends. This third guy, honestly, it was this past year that I didn't love him or anything. No, we just had this like fling, not fling, but like this thing for the summer last year. So the only way we met was because me and my friends go to Des Moines a lot during the summer because there's nothing to do in the town we live in. So we go to Des Moines a lot just to hang out and do random stuff because there's more stuff to do in Des Moines. And there's this really cool bridge that we really like to go to because it's really pretty and it's just fun to hang out around there because it's over a river, and it's really nice, and it's in the downtown of Des Moines. There's also like this Chinese gazebo thing. We went over to the gazebo one night, and we happened to like hear a bunch of people talking, and we didn't know where they were coming from. But there's like a ledge on the other side of the gazebo, and him and his friends ended up being right there. I'm really shy, so I wasn't talking, and I didn't want to talk to him. But my friends kind of forced me to go down there and talk to him because they wanted to talk to him anyway. Because they were like, let's make some friends. And so they're like running down there, and I'm like, hey, wait for me. So I come with them. I'm just standing around because like I'm shy. I don't talk. They just kept looking at me and wondering why I wasn't talking, and I'm just sitting there like awkwardly standing like this being like, no. Like we all exchanged Snapchats, and they forced me to do it too because I was like, well, if they're all doing it, I guess I'll do it. So I like passed my phone down the line and got it back, and then we all like added each other. And then me and him ended up like Snapchatting a lot that night and just like talking a lot. It was just really weird, I guess. We just talked a lot, and then we ended up hanging out a few times. July 3rd, there was a fireworks show, and so I went up there with my friend Ariel, and we went up there with his friends and watched the fireworks together and stuff. And it was a really fun time. Like we climbed on this roof, and I almost fell, and it was scary. And I climbed on the edge of the parking garage we were sitting on, and I almost fell off of that. It was a fun time, and we went to like get pizza afterwards with his friends, and his friends were really cool. But it was just awkward when we got there because me and my friend Ariel, we didn't know his friends, we only knew him. And like we met them at one of his friends' houses, and it was just really awkward. He didn't talk to us for a while. It was just, we were just standing there awkwardly being like, yep, this is fun. And they found a dog, so we were just playing with the dog while they were messing around because we didn't know them, so we like didn't want to talk to them because we're like, we don't want to intrude, you know? Ended up watching fireworks together, and I went up there a couple more times after that. And then all of a sudden one day he just stopped talking to me, and I was just like, hey, what's going on? And like he would not reply. And then he messaged me a few days later, and he's like, hey, I need you to delete all our messages and like get rid of them because it's taking up space on my phone. I looked at it, I was like, taking up space on your phone? A few hours later, he ended up posting a picture with another girl on a Snapchat story being like, oh, I like this girl. I sat there and I'm like, oh, he ditched me for another girl. I felt so betrayed at that moment. I was like, how does this happen to me so often? People always leave me for a different girl or choose a different girl over me. I was like, wow, I thought I was a good person, but apparently not. So we didn't talk for a few months. In November, he started messaging me again. I give forgiveness really easily, and so I started talking to him again. But this time I decided that I was going to lead him on and then ditch him because I didn't like him after what he did to me, but I didn't want to let him get away with it. So I started leading him on again, and all he could talk about is having me come over and so he could do it with me. I do not want to do that with you because you, for one, are a sucky person. I do not like you. You're not that attractive, which isn't a big qualifier for me, but he wasn't. I had convinced myself that he was, but he wasn't. He was just, all he could talk about was that one thing. I did not want to do that at all. I wanted like a good relationship. I want to have like the best friend, like cute relationship kind of thing. I finally just deleted him and blocked him so he can't message me or anything anymore. I feel so much better now because he was just an F-boy, and I can't deal with F-boys because they're stupid and dumb and bleh. That was the worst person I'd ever had a thing with. And I don't know why I let that happen to me, but I did. There were a few guys that I did have, like, I went on like one date with, and they were good guys. They're not bad people and I still like them, but like I just couldn't see a relationship with them, so I kind of cut it off after that first date because I'm a bad person. And I end up leading people on and then just cutting them out because I'm like, I can't see a future with you, so why would I keep dating you? I guess that's basically the extent of my love life that doesn't actually exist, and these stories are probably really boring to listen to, and just hearing me talk is probably really boring, but here's a whole video of me just talking about X things. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below. Also comment your favorite part and what other kind of videos you guys want to see me do. I don't know if you guys like this talking video or not, but if you do, let me know and I will try to do more like this. Just let me know what kind of videos you guys want me to do, and I will see you guys next video. I love you guys. Bye! I'm so weird.